Yo, what's up, people? We're going to do some stock analysis today. I'm going to show you three stocks that I think are good to go in 2026. It's something that you should definitely check out. First, we're going to start with MicroStrategy. I know this is a fan favorite for all the crypto people out there. Um, this stock's been getting beaten down recently. Okay, so as you can see, since July, this thing has absolutely been crushed, down 64%. And it's funny because if you look at the Bitcoin price, in that same time, I think we said it was July. If you look at the price from Bitcoin in July until now, it's only down 26%. MicroStrategy is something that's levered very, very highly to the price of Bitcoin. And personally, I don't think it's reasonable the price that it's at right now. If you look at its market cap right now, it's hovering right around 50 billion. And then I did some research with Gemini here, and they hold around 687,410 Bitcoin, right? That's valued 65 billion. And also, if we look at MicroStrategy, the P to E ratio was around 8, which is very bad for technology stocks in general. I think Bitcoin kind of falls in that NASDAQ area. 8 P to E ratio for a stock like this just does not make sense at all. And we just kind of started to have a little bit of reversal here for 4%. I really like this setup here. As you can see, it's closing in on the 200-day SMA, and it looks like it had a little reversal here. So I really, really like the setup of this because the Bitcoin price is kind of in an accumulation spot, kind of hovering on its own. What SMA is that? 100-day SMA. And I really, really like the Bitcoin setup for 2026. I think it looks really, really good. And yeah, I just don't think that people are pricing in MicroStrategy. I think Michael Saylor is a bit extravagant and people don't really like his confidence. But I think that Bitcoin is a generational asset, and I think we have a long way to go with Bitcoin replacing the US dollar because it is just so weak and they're absolutely ruining the country. But I think that this is a wonderful buy here at this price. I'm going to call it here at 168.72. And I'm going to say my prediction for MicroStrategy in 2026, I'm going to give it a conservative. Actually, I don't think I'm going to go conservative because I think Bitcoin reaches a new all-time high. So I'm going to give it a 513 estimate for 2026, the rest of the year. So that's pretty crazy estimate. I mean, I know that's not very conservative at all, but I believe that all of these gains are going to be made up and some in 2026 because Bitcoin is going to have a great year this year. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, not financial advice. Going back to the same general idea, if you look at the chart for silver, oh my goodness, this thing has been on an absolute tear recently. And as you can see, one thing I noticed, the volume is going absolutely insane. I know some people were talking about short squeezes happening on this. Personally, I don't really buy that narrative for 1 second. I don't think any banks are going short silver itself. I mean, this is a derivative of trust, but it's basically the silver price. Actually, let me pull up the real silver. Some people are talking about how the actual mining stocks, they're actually looking really attractive right now. I would agree with that. I would say you probably have a higher ROI on the mining stocks because they haven't really caught up at all. Something like Pan American Silver. If you look at this chart, this is the most beautiful chart I've seen in so long. Just absolutely what's been happening in the last 5 days have been pretty strange. We had some weird stuff happening, like forced selling, but it just gets bought right back up. So yeah, I'm long silver right now for the next few months here. I still think we have a bunch of ways to go. My prediction for silver, I'd like to see silver reach, like 150 or something like that. I think that it's far from done. I mean, if you look how good this chart is, it looks beautiful. I'm going to assume it's probably going to hit up like 140s, 150s, maybe conservatively, maybe like 120s, and then kind of come down and reaccumulate here for a while. And this will probably be the new shelf for silver in the future for the next, 10, 20 years, however long, until Bitcoin becomes the the best asset. Um, but besides that, one last final one we're going to look at here. This one's pretty risky. So if you are not willing, if you don't have balls or anything, then stay out of this trade. But this one is UMAC Unusual Machines. These guys have just got some orders from the I don't know who they got the orders from, but they're getting people to buy their drones, their defense drones. These guys do some really really awesome stuff. The chart just looks absolutely beautiful. It's definitely a momentum play. I'm in longs here. This is not financial advice, but I definitely see any breakouts above this, and we are looking at some really, really amazing stuff. Who knows how high this thing can go? It's already up about 100% in the past month. Let me just double check that real quick. Yeah, it's up 130% in the past month, which is absolutely insane. But I think this one is going to be a sleeper. I'm just long on this because of the breakout area. We'll see. It might reject it, and I might get screwed, but we'll see. I still like the stock. I think it's cool. I mean, I personally, I don't think you should invest in this because, like, looking at the homepage, like, look at this website. It's so cringe. Like, I hope this is gonna be fine because they put their ticker on here, and it's just such a bad presentation. But I watched a video of the CEO talking. I think it's cool. It seems like a dope company, and I think FPV drones are the future of warfare, as we've seen in Ukraine and Russia. It's mostly what they're using, and I think the United States has been going into more wars recently, so I think it's definitely something that they're going to look at. And this play is risky, but it's in the drone sector, and I think that there's a lot of good stuff here. Duolingo. This is the next one we're going to be checking out. Over the past year or so, since May of 2025, down 71%. This thing is getting absolutely destroyed. It's got a market cap of 7 billion. I think this one is super duper undervalued. I watched a guy on Twitter who is just perma-bull for this stock. He loves it. He explained it really, really well. I'll put his name on the screen so you can look up his X. But he claimed that it's a $10 trillion market for the education space. I mean, it seems kind of big. I don't know. I mean, I went to college and I didn't really learn that much, but that's probably my fault. But I think the institutions are kind of falling apart. I think Duolingo is poised to make a giant move. They have over 100 million active users, which is invaluable. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know. It's priceless. I don't know if that's the right word. But they are, kind of taking Amazon's playbook. It's more of a data play. They're doing thousands of A/B tests. I think this is one of those stocks that we're going to look back in 3 or 4 years and say, wow, it was selling at such a discount. This thing has just been getting absolutely crushed. I think it's been shorted. My hypothesis is that it's been shorted because of AI, thinking that it's going to get taken over or something like that, but there's no way you can vibe code. Sure, you can vibe code a Duolingo clone, but you're not going to have 100 million daily active users, and you're not going to have the amount of data that these guys have. I like the CEO. He's really, really smart. Stock's been getting beaten down like insane. If you look at the PE ratio, it's at 20. Pretty moderate. I mean, that's pretty healthy. I'm assuming up here it was probably way too high, so I understand the shorting. But I have a pretty conservative estimate. I would definitely say check out the moving averages. If you see any crosses above here, definitely get in for a little bit for maybe a good 2 or 3 month trade. I don't know about this thing long term. Actually, it's probably better long term. I'd probably say, over the next 5 years, I would expect this thing to probably reach $300 or $400, and I would probably expect in the next year this thing to gain probably 50 or 100%. By the end of 2026, maybe in the summertime, I'd probably assume that Duolingo has a 100 and what would be 50%? Probably around 250. More than 50%, probably 75%, 100% this year. I think that's reasonable for this stock, just because of it's very profitable, has a very big balance sheet, not a lot of debt. CEO is very, very smart. My prediction for Duolingo this year will be 250 in 2026. That is my bet. And yeah, those are all the kind of ones I want to look at. One that's really, really interesting to me right now would be a good short is Shake Shack. I haven't really done full DD on this, but just looking at the numbers, this thing is almost 100 price to earnings ratio. Just doesn't make sense. I've been to Shake Shack. I think it's really good. I actually really, really like it a lot. But I don't know. It's just a momentum play. This one isn't fully flushed out for me. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. There's a double top here. But it looks like it kind of already sold off and now it's getting momentum again. I personally wouldn't touch this one. I would just look for a long-term short on Shake Shack. Maybe towards the end of the year. I wouldn't really look at anything now. Another really interesting one is Fuel Cell. I know we said we were going to do 3, but this one is really, really interesting. This company is also not profitable. So definitely do not play this one with any money that you don't have. This one's really cool though. This is kind of like a play like this stock. I really like this one. This iron one is really, really good. So this is like a data center play. Honestly, screw that stock. This one is such a banger. Like I think this setup is so crazy. I'd be looking for longs anywhere. Honestly, this is such a good level. Any pullbacks that you see on this one, I would be going for it. This is a data center play, AI stuff. And yeah, this one is pretty good. It's got Bitcoin AI stuff. And as you know, data center stuff is going crazy recently with all the AI usage. I would look to this one in the next month for some big gains. But let's go over our predictions. We said MicroStrategy is going to reach 500 or 600 this year, break all-time highs. That's my bull case. My bear case, or my neutral case, is like around 250, probably around this shelf right here, anywhere from this range, from 260 to 349 if we see the Bitcoin price not do anything. Just looking at the Bitcoin price, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know if this is like a cup and handle that's going on here, but then it kind of sold off. This one's clearly being manipulated by bigger players, but if you just look at the percentage of Bitcoin that's mined every day becomes available, it's around like 400 or 500, and institutions are just buying up crazy. Eventually, there's going to be a crazy supply shock. And Bitcoin's becoming more widely used every single day. Still think we're at the beginning. My bull case for Bitcoin is $1 million in the next, probably in the next 3 years, or 2 to 3 years, we'll probably see $1 million Bitcoin, which is going to be awesome because everyone's going to get really rich from that because that's a very easy play. Silver, I'm very long on silver right now. I think that this pullback is just a perfect time. As you can see, all these little pullbacks that happen, they just get eaten up and they get absolutely soared. I wouldn't be surprised if we have maybe 3 or 4 days of chop and then just boom, straight moon to 144-ish. I think that was our gamble. So I think we'll probably have $144 silver for this year, and then we'll probably go down to 120 and shelf there. Besides that, everything looks pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's anything more I want to share. UMAC, the drone play, I'll see this going in the next 2 weeks, probably up to 28. Probably have a quick breakthrough and then probably come back down. And I'd probably have it, kind of make new highs and stay there. But that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just my kind of investing channel and kind of just going through any plays. I'm going to make a spreadsheet for all the predictions that I have and see how many we get right. So I can put up a track record. So you can actually trust what I have to say. But yeah, it's really, really interesting what's going on in the market right now. I think 2026 is going to be a great year for stocks. I think we already saw that. For the S&P and NASDAQ, I think it's going to have, 5 to 10% a year. I think it's going to be pretty moderate. And I think oil is definitely going to go down. And I think that I'm just rambling at this point. But if you like this, all I ask is you hit like and subscribe if you enjoy it. And if you think, put some stocks down in the comments. Let me know if there's anything you guys are checking out right now, anything is interesting that you got your eye on. And yeah, have a wonderful day and God bless.